Today we're going to make a drink with Shinishena. These two are going to discover Shinishena for the first time, and we'll invent a new margarita-based drink by the end.
Watch and see.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going to be, though, so don't try to move it. Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. Danny and Derek are going to make for you a cocktail because it's in the name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
would be a crappy cocktail show without a cocktail.
Yeah.
That's
Ian's
true.
Already doing something.
What are you doing?
No, but don't.
King, brave for
Don't.
garbage.
Just
Why is it that you make
Just keep it going.
spirals and stuff like artwork with your finger? I have tools for that.
Yeah.
Whatever.
he's-
We're gonna make
He's a professional.
Yeah, we're gonna make a Brooklyn, I think. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Simple drink. 2 ounces of rye, half ounce of dry vermouth, a quarter ounce of maraschino, a quarter ounce of China-China Amer. If you don't have Amer, you can use Amer Picon, which is probably what this calls for, because that's the only Amer everything calls for. But they don't make that in America, and they don't ship it from France. So, ta-da.
I've never had Amer.
It's
What's it taste like?
so Amer is French for Amaro. So if you've had an Amaro,
Oh, it's just an Amaro.
you've had an Amer,
Oh,
except for
Makes sense.
like
Oh, you can smell the orange.
yeah, it's like an Amaro version of Grand Marnier.
Mmm.
Like it'll hit you in the face with some orange zest.
Because isn't Amaro usually made with what's the red
The red
fruit?
grapefruit,
No,
the red fruit.
there's an Amaro made with it's long.
Asbestos?
Looks like
Fire?
These things, broccoli. No,
no.
this thing,
Artichokes?
artichoke.
Oh no,
Oh no,
no. Maybe it's a different Amaro that I have.
artichoke.
Bully Boy made it. It was made with it's red. It looks like rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
See?
All right.
Yes,
got me.
Boy Boy does have a rhubarb.
Yeah,
that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have
Right.
that one. I wanted to. It's rhubarb. Is
Remember, because we used to drink it.
Yeah.
See, she knows me.
It's like red and long.
Red and long, and
Could be anything.
I was trying to say it looked like celery. That's it.
Had you said it would look like celery, I still would not have
I
figured it
need
out. Even
I
though
need
should
a
have.
drink. That's why.
He needs to warm up.
Come out. Yeah, I need to warm up.
So as the baseline, when people always say, "You guys are drunk," this is the first episode.
Yeah, so I got
So
need
we're not
something.
there yet.
Yeah.
Although there's probably already people like, "Oh, you guys are so drunk." So this recipe, as you can see, you're stirring it on screen. It's blurry, but it'll work.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't worry about focus later.
Can't you refocus that shit?
You can do the focus in post, right?
Right?
turns out, not really. I can, but everything gets wicked sharp under it. Like, it's really weird. So
Well, at least he's like on target, though.
he is on target.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I moved it. It's in better focus now.
yeah.
Oh, well, that's his true too. So since he already has he has already built. That's a Nick and Nora glass. Put ice in your glass. Get it nice and chill because this is a stirred drink. It's gonna be silky, but it doesn't have any ice in it because we're gonna strain it out. So you're gonna end up with a drink that if you just hold it for too long, it's warm and everybody goes, it's kind of warm. Around here, they don't last that long,
Yeah. I mean,
so I don't think
the
that's
glass
usually
wasn't
gonna be a
that
problem.
big, so.
But the Brooklyn, this recipe dates back to 1908 by Jacob Jack, some guy with a really confusing last name, made a book called the Jack's Manual, and in there is the Brooklyn cocktail. Oh yeah. So this is this total original.
Oh.
It has a dash of Amer Picon bitters. And so a lot of these recipes that I think when we made this last time, we used like a bitter instead or an orange bitter. Like I think that's the best you could do is like just an orange bitter.
Okay, because I was going to say.
But in this case, like it's 50-50 vermouth against rye. Like that's, yeah, they were different back in the day.
Yeah.
When I found that when I make an old 1800s cocktail, most of them are kind of shit. Like they're super boozy because they probably were just happy to have alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially back then, sometimes you couldn't.
They're probably trying to cure something too.
Right.
With it,
It's
so.
like they made it in their
They
bathtub.
weren't like cultivating drinks for the enjoyment of the drink. It was just to get drunk
Yes.
and not look like a drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And not die. And it had a dash of maraschino. So it's basically like a spirit vermouth blast with a couple things to make it not just straight alcohol. This is what you would typically call like the modernization. Like most folks, usually better bartenders than ourselves, kind of figure out how to take the spirit of what they had and build it into something that's more tasty. Because the recipe and the ratios and the combinations, the pairings, they're all good. It's just you go to like balance it out for today's world.
That's dangerously close to being like a Detroit Athletic Club type drink.
Oh no, is it?
But it's not. It's
doesn't even have-
good. It's like if a
lemon?
Detroit Athletic Club was good.
It's kind of like the vermouth on the back end, like right at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how
Because that other drink.
I love how our baseline though for what is the shit ass drink is the Detroit Athletic Club.
Well, it just tastes like bile.
Yeah.
Oh, that one was bad.
Yeah.
Well, at least you get orange forward. Like it's,
Yeah.
This is bitter. Well, this is bitter for a drink like this. It's definitely an Amaro drink because it has the bitterness to it. It's not like winey finish. Like it doesn't have that champagne taste or like that white wine, California wine taste. It tastes
Karen. Like a Karen.
Karen.
Just whiny.
Yeah.
It's whiny.
Yeah, there's no blue hair in this. This is like all just like a bitter orange finish, but not bitter like Campari.
It's not.
where you're like,
It's not like a. It's not like a real.
no, it's
bitter.
an enjoyable
Not bad.
bitter.
Yeah,
That's not like a drink all night kind of thing, but that's like a
that's like I saw it on the menu, and I'm gonna try it.
yeah. That's an opener.
Yeah,
And
It's not too powerful.
like if I order that at a place that's
Flavor-wise.
paid $18 like you typically do if you go to like Boston, I wouldn't be upset.
Right.
It's just, but most of the time when we go out, we end up trying all. We never. I don't think we've ever ordered the same
drink
cocktail
twice.
twice. Like you go through the whole list of cocktails and try
Yeah.
to get everything as far as you can before you fall over.
it's not bad.
It's I was slightly worried, and the reason is like the last time we recorded, it was just me and Ian. It was a long time ago, I think.
We really the three of us never
No.
made a Brooklyn.
No, we made all the other boroughs and stuff. We've done
Yeah,
all
no,
of it.
that's what I'm
At least
surprised.
I don't think maybe I'm misremembering, or maybe I missed it because we could I do multiple times
Yeah.
over the course of years, but it didn't come out to be like it wasn't like this is the best drink we've ever had.
Mm.
But I was wondering if it was going to be remarkably better using Shinishena as like an actual product versus just a couple dashes of bitters, because 2 dashes of bitters in a drink like this, you're not even going to tell. But when you add a half ounce, that's a lot of bitter dashes.
I don't get any maraschino in it, or maybe that's what kind of boosts the orange.
Maybe it acts as an accelerant for the orange.
Mm.
I see that.
Yeah, and most of this drink kind of disappeared because there was no Amer. They didn't have the Amer Picon, and this was probably not around at the time. This is from France, but it probably wasn't here.
I
So
get a
like
little bit.
when that
Okay.
product disappeared, a lot
It's
of these
mingling in
cocktails
with the
did.
orange a bit.
And so if you're like, so I created a drink, well, another one of these drinks that we kind of talked about beforehand where it didn't have a name. We came up with a drink I called it the Orange Line because it's the same. It's got that orange in it using this. So by the end of this month's filmings that I have done in the recent past and this, we should have at least 3 or 4 Shinishena drinks. So if you buy this, you'll have enough to be able to make more than one. Unlike some drinks where you're like, I have some spirits I only use for one drink. Like I have a bottle of chocolate vodka under there I found. It was from 2009.
Yeah.
When I made the cocktail I made last week. Like I did the diamond martini. I'm like, I haven't made that since, and I looked, I'm like, oh, 2009.
Yeah.
And I looked at the bottle, I'm like, oh, it's the same one.
17
Like
years.
my vanilla vodka changed because you use it a lot more, but like
Yeah.
chocolate's so niche, like you're basically going to make some sort of weird espresso martini or chocolate martini.
Yeah.
And I don't know what you do with chocolate vodka. I use chocolate bitters, but chocolate vodka. For those Grey Goose fans, there you go. Look at last week's
See?
video.
Boom.
Put it in your coffee.
I mean, if you like orange,
Yeah.
If you're putting chocolate vodka
Yeah, I
in
mean
your
that's not
coffee-
bad.
it's not bad.
No, it's like a Manhattan. It's like a Manhattan or martini of the whiskey variety that just has a punch of orange in it.
Yeah.
Boozy, but not too boozy.
Boozy. It's not that boozy.
No,
It's not too bad.
pretty good.
Yes. We'll give it a pretty good.
We're going to give it a 3 thumbs up.
We're gonna give it a two and a half.
Size.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the tasting.
It reminds me of the dry curacao a little bit.
Oh, yeah. I wonder if you could use that instead.
Yeah, I bet you could use that as a substitute for that dry curacao.
Really?
This?
I mean, because that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a little bit. Try it. It's a little bit sweeter.
Sweeter than this?
Yeah, it's got some bitter tones to it.
Give me a spoon.
Amer Picon is lighter
Take
than
it.
Shinishena.
What?
I think Amer Picon is lighter.
Yeah, it's
than
probably a little less aggressive. So if you could dial back the Shinishena if you find it over dominating. I just happen to like the taste, maybe because it's
What do
new.
you think? Kind of. It's like the dry. It tastes like
Oh.
the dry curacao, but I think it's a little bit sweeter.
Yeah, it is sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if you get that to make this cocktail, I don't think you'd be disappointed in that if you like the dry curacao.
In Manhattan. Where do we put that? Mai Tais? Where the hell?
Mai Tais, margaritas. I mean, margaritas.
yeah.
You could put this in margaritas,
A
definitely.
Shinishena margarita.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I like
Yeah.
it. I just
You would
invented it. You
definitely-
can't
You could
take
do a
it.
Shinishena Cosmo. You could do
Yeah.
instead of like Cointreau, you could use that.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to
Shinishena
go with a
margarita.
better name for Shinishena Cosmo, though. Like, it would sound the same, but
You could
Have to be
definitely put that in
Cosmo.
You could call it
margarita.
a triple C.
Margarita.
Triple C's. Yeah, that's like a gangbang. We could call it that if we get more views.
That's a stretch. Not the view is the name. Yeah, take people on a journey to understand that.
Yeah.
By the time you explain
You
it, they're all
see
going
the
different drinks.
That's a journey that's going to end in
It
sadness.
is bitter though, a little bit.
Yeah, it's got the
It's
umami on it.
but Jen can handle this bitter,
Yeah.
so it's not that bitter.
No, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
I like that. I can handle that.
All right, that's it, my friends. We are teaching you how to drink.